Just one look, and then my heart went boom. Suddenly, and we were on the moon, flying high in the neon sky. Buddy, episode 4, baby.
Is it episode 4?
I don't
I can't
freaking know.
remember.
Okay, just so everybody knows, we had to skip a week because I had something to do with my dentist, and last weekend I was still sore and I was still hurting, so I couldn't really talk. So we decided to boop, boop, punt for the next week or next weekend. So here we are.
Yep. So anyway, so what happened? Tell us about your oral surgery there.
Wait. Just so you guys know, that little song that I was singing is backstory to that. We were supposed to perform that when we were in what, 4th grade or 5th grade, some.
Yeah.
It's either, yes, and we were trying to build this little boy band thing called Sky Jammers. You remember that?
I do remember. That song
Yeah, so
brings back memories.
yeah, and I don't even, how many members are there in the Sky Jammers?
I can't
Do you
remember.
remember?
I think
I know you and
Jacko was
I.
in there too. I think Jacko was in there too.
Hemmark,
And
Hemmark
Hemmark
was one.
Hemmark was in
Yeah.
there.
So that's
So
4.
there's 4. There should be another one. I can't remember who the other one was.
I think there were 6 of us.
I can't remember the other guys.
Was it Dennis?
Sure,
Was
does he
Dennis?
sing though? I don't know. I don't. That guy's.
Was it Bejo?
Like
Is it Bejo?
Dejo. I don't know. I can't remember. I
Oh
remember you. I
man,
remember Jacko. I remember Hammer. Because
how do
everyone
we
has
not
their
know?
own line, right?
How do we not know our bandmates, our boy bandmates?
Sky Jammers.
Zoom, just
It just
one
sounds
look,
fucking gay.
and then my
Yeah.
heart went boom. What are you talking about, man? That was not gay.
Well,
That was back in
great.
the
So
90s.
if that was in fourth grade, then how old were we then?
Please don't say the name. Let's not give our ages away here.
I don't
This is gonna.
care. I'm just
I
trying to
do.
think back, like, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
yeah. Anyways, so that was just that little preview of what that song was. But
right.
okay, so back to
And there's.
the dentist. Back to my dentist.
Mm-hmm.
I've had like trouble with one of my upper canine. I think it's a canine. It's right here. It's not a molar. Is it molar?
Okay.
Whatever you call that. Anyways, so I've been having problems with it for. Dude, I'm bad with dentists, so to be honest, I've been having problems with it for like years, not even like months.
And you
And
decided not to do anything about it, or
it's gotten
until
so bad. It's gotten so bad that like my face were like swollen.
is it rotting or something?
Yeah, it was rotting. It was infected. That's how bad it
Well, no.
was.
Oh,
So they couldn't say. Basically, the dentist was like, "I can't save it. We're gonna have to, extract it."
mm-hmm.
But that wasn't the only thing that he did. He sold me on this idea that I should just go ahead as soon as they take it out. I should go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and get an implant, like a bone implant, up there,
Mm-hmm.
so that when I do need, or when I want to have fake teeth or fake tooth
Mm-hmm.
up
Yeah,
there, it'll be easier for me. They can just like
you can just
attach it.
replace it. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
like attach it to the bone. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
basically like, it's called like a bone graft. So they took the tooth, stuck like a little base bone up there,
Okay.
and then he did other stuff. So
Something too
it's,
technical for me to understand.
and me too, to be
Right.
honest. But I know that it was hurt. I
Good
was
job
hurting
for
for
trying,
like,
though.
yeah, I was hurting for a little bit.
Oh, that's interesting. So now you have a bone in there,
Yeah,
just waiting
it's
for a
still,
tooth.
yeah, it's still healing. It that he said that I won't even, I'm not able to get a tooth there the minimum, like 3 months was like the minimum. That's
Oh,
how like
I see.
it needs to heal like all the way or whatever. Not that I mean I'm not planning on putting anything there anytime soon, anyways. To be
Put
honest with
gold
you,
in there.
but nah, it's too far here. You can't see it, so it's got to
Oh,
be.
okay. Well, gold is pretty high right now, I think. Talking
Oh
about the
really?
stock market. I think so.
Talk to me.
Um,
What's happening?
um,
Wait. Oh wait. Hold that thought before you go into that. Let me just do a little bit of house cleaning because I wrote it down. Um,
to pick up where we're.
apparently,
Okay.
no. I was listening to our last. I believe it was the last episode, and
Right.
I made some mistakes, so I got to correct myself.
Perfect.
Hence house cleaning, baby. Uh, you were right, Ramon, that
Mm-hmm.
there's actually not there's no female barbers. If you're a barber, you're male. You're a guy.
Right.
And
I
if you're a
didn't know
girl,
that.
you're a
Yeah.
hairstylist. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I
Okay.
just assumed that it was like a not a unisex, but it's a unisexual term that you
Okay.
can yeah like I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer.
Well, yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, I'm a
You're not a
lumberjack.
lawyeress.
Right, or like
Right.
I'm a lumberjack. But I found out that lumberjacks are not
Lumber.
unisexual. Did you know that? If
There's
you're
Lumberjane.
it's lumberjill.
Jill.
Yeah,
Oh.
like Jack and Jill.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I
No, I
know.
didn't know that.
So I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, that was like my little house cleaning. Wrote it down. All right, talk
Good
to me
stuff.
about your talk,
There isn't
talk
really
to me
much for me to
about.
talk about. What happened this week? What happened last week? I'm blanking out right now. Oh, here's what happened. So I'm writing this. Well, you know how I blog about stuff, right? I like to blog about career.
Allegedly.
Now, right? So now there's this blog that I submitted into I submitted it to a publication in on Medium, and
Mm.
it was rejected. So that sucks. That's what happened.
Talk, talk to
So
me
that
about it. How'd you feel?
well, I was a little disappointed at first, and after a while, I'm kind of glad that I that I was rejected. Because then rejection sometimes makes you want to step back and think about where the hell did you mess up. And I realized where I messed up. I didn't read their guidelines properly. I think that's one of it. And another reason too is it probably didn't fit their platform because I'm writing for a niche. Well, it's called a niche. Like it's only for a certain number of people. I don't even know how to describe a niche, but you know what I'm talking about, right? When I say
I
niche or niche,
I
niche,
know what
niche.
a snitch.
Okay, right. So
Whatever.
it's a small niche of people that I'm writing for, and I guess it
What is it
didn't
about?
really. It's about job hopping, right? Like, you if you wanna,
Oh, snooze.
right?
Go ahead.
Hey, well, if you wanna raise your salary pretty quickly, then without negotiating, then you job hop. That's basically what the blog is about. I obviously it's not published yet, but I'm planning to publish it on LinkedIn instead. See how that one works.
LinkedIn's a good one.
Yeah. Well, the only
Do you believe that, would you think that LinkedIn, as far as that, like articles and all that is concerned, it's a bigger audience than Medium?
well, the thing is, well, with Medium, you have to be. It really depends on what you're talking about. Since I'm talking about jobs, I think LinkedIn would be a better platform, right? Well, those are just one of my thoughts, but that's what I'm intending to do this weekend. So see how that one works, because the goal here is for me to build an audience, right? And if you guys are interested, well, I'll send you guys the link. but that will have to
I
wait
could
till.
post it on our description if well you have to wait, so never mind. You can't do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it has to wait. Like it'll be probably on our next podcast there, next episode. So that's what
So
happened.
I'd like to chime in on that little adventure that you just had.
Okay.
To
Which
kind of
one? The
pick
rejection, the writing, or the
the
pupping?
rejection. The rejection.
Okay.
I I've been having some thoughts about encountering hardships and
Mm-hmm.
trials and tribulations. You
Sure.
encounter like failures and all
Yep.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe we've touched on this a little bit last. I don't even remember some of the episodes, the past previous
Yep.
episodes, but
Yeah.
all the bad stuff that happens to you, as long as it doesn't kill you, it's good for you.
Yeah.
Everything that you encounter, if you have that mindset that just like that Jocko Willick my video, the good. If you tell yourself that, visualize that, internalize it every time. Okay, something happened to me. Good. This thing happened to me. Good. Just by switching your that little
Your
voice
perspective.
inside your head. Yes, switching
Yep.
that, and if you switch that perspective, something clicks in your head, and you're just like, okay, I see this in a different light. I'm able to attack this instead of treating this as like, oh, like life just kicked my butt. I'm just gonna like lie down and be depressed and do this and do that. Instead, you're
Yep.
like, all right, this is an opportunity to improve. This is an opportunity to get better.
Yep. You ask yourself, how am I going to turn this thing around? Um, have you heard of? Do you still read books, by the way? Do you know Ryan Holiday?
The
Probably
dude,
not.
I want to lie and say that of course I've been reading. I haven't read a book since like non-school book since 2016.
Okay,
That's how
so it's been
long
a
it's
while.
been a while. Yeah, I want to get
Okay.
back. I want to get back at it, but nah, I haven't in a while.
The reason why I'm bringing him up is because he wrote a book called "The Obstacles the Way." So
Hmm.
it's really, like the core lesson of the book is trying to use every setback as a way to step forward.
Hmm.
So it aligns with what you're saying, and I do agree with everything that you just said there.
Yeah.
Um, Anyways, it's a good book. If you whenever you get a chance, maybe you should read it up or listen to it on Audible.
Yeah, I think I'm like with my state of mind and where I am in life, I'd much rather listen to audiobooks than read.
Yeah,
I think I don't know. I'm just not into
oh, it's just a suggestion. Yeah,
physical reading.
but yeah, totally agree with you there. Like every setback is, it's actually a good thing. Like that. But here's the challenge, though. Some people don't really have that healthy self-esteem because you're talking about. Well, I'm sure you've been through that too, where you feel all defeated and stuff because you were rejected,
Of course, we're
right?
human. That's
Right.
what happens.
Yeah, and then after a while, you know, you you. I guess it just takes time for you to feel the pain and let the pain. Let me gather my thoughts here. Like whatever pain that you're feeling, it doesn't last that long. It has to be painful though for you to learn the lesson, right? For you to
Well, it
not
can
to do it
last that
again.
long. It can last that long if you let it, but you have to control. Don't let your situation control yourself. You control the situation. You let yourself be the boss of you, of your
Right.
circumstances.
But if you have a low self-esteem, it takes a while sometimes for you to realize that. It's challenging for a lot of people. It might have been challenging for me too. I can't remember. Um, but remember how I was telling you about the story about my resume there?
Yeah.
how the guy made fun of my resume and all that, I felt defeated. But then he found a way to, encourage me to become better at the to be better at the end of our conversation there. What is the point? Why am I bringing that up? I don't know. But the point is, stuff like that happens. You just gotta learn how to pick yourself up. Just life doesn't end there. It's not like you're dying tomorrow.
Nope. Unless you kill yourself, which don't do it. People, we're not. Balikbayan Box is not advocating for self-harm. Please don't misconstrue my words as an endorsement for self-harm, because no, we're not. And if you ever feel like you are at your wit's end, you can follow us on Instagram, give us a like, follow. We will talk you out of it.
Or maybe you should seek help, right?
Or seek help, regardless of what it is.
You know what that reminds me of? People who listen to emo music. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes I don't know. I can't stand listening to emo music anymore.
Watch what you're saying. Watch what you're about to say.
Like when you listen to, is it Chemical Romance or one of those guys? Talks about pain and shit, and maybe I used to like their music too back then, but after a while I'm like, man, this is just fucking sad.
Why is it sad?
Why is it sad? Because they talk about pain and giving up and all that, and it's not uplifting to me. So then, or maybe it's a different mindset too, right?
Yeah, because as someone who's entrenched in that scene, or was entrenched in that scene, most of the people, I can't speak for everybody, but
right,
that's a form of self-expression. It's not, you're not singing about sad stuff just to be sad. Maybe that's therapy. It's a form of therapy to where, you know how people, like artists, like paintings, there's paintings that are very depressing. It makes it feel sad, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the painter, the artist, that's their mindset, like current mindset. Like they're not sad. Maybe they're transferring all those negative energy and turning it into art. Does that make sense?
So you're saying like the emo music, the guys who make that kind of music are just it's kind of like that painter, but just in an audio version, like in music.
Exactly.
Okay, I didn't see it that way, because whenever I listen to music, it's more like, well, I'm making music for other people as opposed to I'm making this music for myself. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. It's
for other people's consumption.
There's no right way when it comes to art. You express yourself however you want to do it.
I agree. It's just the message sometimes, right? Like we listen to the lyrics, I'm like, I don't really want to fucking, but sing those words.
Maybe because you're just one person. A lot of those songs, it speaks to a lot of people when they're feeling that same feeling that the song is trying to express. They would want to listen to that song. They would listen and look up the words, because the words of the song will probably tell them what they're feeling. Some people are not good with words, so they're like, they will like relate to that. It's like that's why people love quotes.
I've had my own share of that too. Don't get me wrong, and I get that, but that's exactly it, right? It shows whatever you're feeling at that moment. Like you find those songs comforting, right?
Or makes you even more depressed, but it's a process. That's someone's own process. Yeah.
When I got rejected or whatever, obviously I'm going to go through that kind of bullshit too, right?
Exactly. I mean, you'd be crazy if you're like super happy and you just listen to like all by myself, listen to those kind of songs. I mean, you're just crazy. You just want to.
But right now, I just listen to whatever.
Hmm. But if I have to defend the emo scene,
Uh huh.
statistically, there's a lot more sad people out there than happy people. So you'll have more market.
Well, I guess so, but it again, it really depends on the person, right? What kind of music they
Yeah.
like to listen to.
Mhm.
Um, but going back to what you're saying, you mentioned quotes. People who likes to post quotes. I have an issue with that with people sometimes when they post some wise quotes that you shouldn't do this to other person, do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you or something. Um, a lot of people would post that kind of stuff, but I don't think they fully understand the quote. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people will just love to blurt that stuff off on the internet, maybe
You
to
know what?
acquire attention.
You know what annoys me is when people post the type of the quotes where it's like a random actor and then there's a
Hmm.
quote, and it's like a random thing and then there's just a quote. I'm like, what's
That's
that got
funny
to do
though.
with anything? Like, what does that got to do with anything? And then, the best part about it is when
Hmm.
girls would girls would post like a picture.
Hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't just say girls because guys do this too, but like people on social media, they would post a picture and then like put a like an unrelated quote as like a caption. I don't know why people do. I mean, I've been guilty of doing that too, but I don't know why. I don't know why. Why
Maybe
do
I've
people
done
do that?
that. I'm pretty sure I've done that too, but
I,
very rarely, right? Because then
would
after
you,
a while, I'm like, what's the what's the point? I'm like,
I think it might be just it's an excuse to post the picture and then to make you look less of a douchebag or whatever. You'd post like something that's kind of quote unquote smart to
right.
make it acceptable that you're posting something. I don't.
I don't know, but that's one of my issues sometimes when it comes to quotes. A lot of people, just love to repeat stuff, and yet, however, I don't think they fully understand it. I've been thinking about this stuff a lot. You
I
know,
don't know. I think if it helps them, whatever they're going through, whatever's happening with their life, even if
fair
I mean,
statement. Yeah,
have
that's
you
fair.
you don't you go through life without understanding something 100%. Like name something that you know 100% that you understand.
You
Not a
don't.
lot. Yeah,
Nope.
exactly. So
But
it is
sometimes
what
when
it is.
people, but what I realized though is for you to fully understand something, well, you kind of have to go through it. You know what I mean? I guess I'm
Or
talking about people giving advice and stuff. Yeah, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. I'm like, if you haven't gone through this and that, I don't. You telling people what to do or not to do isn't. I I don't find it to be a valid. Not valid. Like you shouldn't be telling people what to do or not to do if you don't fully understand what the heck you're saying. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
agree.
and a lot of people are like that.
That's why I agree with you, and that's why I'm so picky when it comes to quote unquote motivational speakers or people
Oh.
that are like, do this, do
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, bro. Like, what do you? Are you really qualified to tell me all this crap? Like there's only certain people that I like fully like. All right, I believe you.
Listen to.
You're wise. You've gone through stuff, but not a lot of people. Like that's why I don't. When people tell me like listen to this podcast or listen do this like
Yeah.
read this book, I'm like. Like I always like come in very skeptical when it comes to that.
Why is that again? Because you don't think they're qualified to.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like. How are you doing this? Like, why have you done something? Have you overcome anything in your life to make you qualified to make money off of this? I don't know. Like, it just sounds very fraud. It sounds like fake to me, and I just don't respect. Not
Mm,
respect is
it's earned.
it's no respect. Using the word respect is a little bit more harsh. not respect. I just don't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I choose the input
Mm-hmm.
that I take in very carefully.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. To add to that, well, it's not really an addition. I used to think that way too, but now I'm different. I am more open to a lot of things now. Like if someone says, "Hey, listen to this, listen to that," hey, you know what? I'll give it a listen, and then just give it a try to not really for myself, but to understand the person who's sharing whatever the podcast or uh, the book, right? I do it to understand the people that the person who's recommending the book. You know what I mean?
I get it. I get it.
And
I
I use it to learn how to be more emphatic. Is that a word? I don't know if I said that right. It's empathy, right? To other people.
How is that? How are you using empathy in that term?
How am I using it, or how
Yeah,
am I
yeah,
relating it to empathy? Well,
yeah.
trying to
Why? Yeah,
understand. Well, trying to
that's not.
understand. Go ahead.
Hmm. No, go ahead.
No, it's me like trying to understand why they're recommending that thing. There's a reason why I'm recommending Ryan Holiday's book earlier, because we're talking about the obstacles the way, right? There's a reason why I'm listening, or why I trust Ryan Holiday, or why I'm recommending the book. And that's it. It says something about me. That's what I'm trying to say. So if someone's recommending something, that says something about them.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Here's let me kind of just steer away from this topic a little bit. How
Hmm.
much how much self-help stuff is too much? Like
Okay.
you can't, like you have so much, like, oh yeah, I'm listening, not you per se, but like a person can
Hmm.
listen to a million podcasts about like getting better, and the person is getting pulled from so many different sides.
Hmm.
And so they could also be reading something, and they could also be taking an advice from like people that are close to them and people that they respect.
Hmm.
So I think too much of a good thing is a bad thing in
I
general,
agree.
anyways. So that's just
It,
my
I, I,
opinion when it comes to that.
it becomes bad when all you're doing is just consuming and not doing anything about it, right? Because I did that too. Like back then, um, yeah, I consume a lot of information, but I'm not doing anything about the information. You know what I mean? Like I just listen to them, consume them, tell people this, tell people that, and the people that I am, sharing that lesson to or with, um, they don't give a shit. They don't care.
Yeah.
Right. So, so then I stopped doing that. I stopped recommending. I stopped doing this, and yeah, because people have different priorities. It took me a while to understand that.
And it goes to one of the subjects that we've talked about in the earlier
Hmm.
episodes about people love giving advice. Well, even though it's not
Hmm.
warranted or needed, people love to suggest like stuff.
Yeah,
And I don't
I'm the
know,
same way
like
sometimes.
I'm like that's one of my pet peeves, to be honest.
Hmm.
Just like I'm trying not to be that person, and at the same time I'm trying to not call out people who does that, but just like kind of let them know that, hey, I don't need you to tell me what to do.
Hmm.
I just need you to be my friend. I just need you to
Hmm.
like listen or talk, just
Yeah.
be there. Yeah, because if I needed an advice, I'd probably ask.
Yep. Agree. I agree. And
Not not saying that it's a bad thing or anything. It's just a personal preference of mine.
right. Well, it
And
could be coming from a good place too, right? Like
right,
they're
exactly.
right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they could be like meaning like well. It's
Hmm.
just that it goes back to my point. It's I take the words the advice. I'm very picky when it comes to that.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. Um, yeah, no, I don't really have anything to add to that.
All right, let's
But
talk about something else. Okay, let's talk about what's going on with the economy. You're about to say something about it a while ago. Have you heard? Have you read anything
oh,
about it?
uh, not really. No, I was just talking about gold because remember, like I have one of these newsletters that shows you the current state of the market. You know what's up and what's down, and as I keep saying gold to show an arrow that's going up. So I
Remember
just made
back
an assumption that gold is going up. Go ahead.
Remember back in the old days in the Philippines where we were around when gold was kind of being replaced by silver as the new thing, like the more popular thing. Do you remember that? It might have been in elementary.
That I don't remember. No.
Yeah, because everybody was all up in like, yeah, silver this, silver this, silver rings, silver necklaces. Not gold is out, silver is in.
I was never into jewelry back then, so I didn't probably didn't give a
I
shit.
mean, I wasn't either. It was just I was hearing about it,
Oh, okay.
but I think gold. Gold. I think gold's never really gone away. Gold is gold.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, that's why
Right.
there's a reason why it's the gold medal. It's a gold medal and then the silver medal. So it's
Uh,
it's a symbol of being the best. That's what gold represents, and then gold represents being rich. Not just represent gold. Having gold means you have valuable
it
stuff.
it's valuable. That's what it is, right? Because it's
Hmm.
uncommon. It's rare. It's heavy. Yeah.
But like,
Um.
if there were aliens to come down right this second and look at us, and I wonder they would think about that. Like, what if gold over where they were or where they are is like
Mhm.
manure, like it's useless, it's nothing, and then here
Mhm.
we are, we're all like, yeah. So aliens, with the aliens coming, did you hear about that on the news?
No.
Okay.
No. So, no. Again, I rarely pay attention to the news. Um. But I do pay attention once in a while. Just not a lot. No. So what's the latest? Oh, aliens.
So there's
Whoa.
there's an article that Pentagon or
Mhm.
somewhere along those lines, they're basically saying that, confirming that
Mhm.
there are vehicles. I think this is don't quote me on this, but it's like something along the lines of the vehicles that are not made from this earth that are confirmed.
An unidentified flying object. You're saying?
I mean, it's not an unidentified because they identified it. It's not a it's
Oh,
still,
okay. So
it's an alien aircraft, dude. They're out there. It's real. So basically,
yeah,
they're
sure.
gonna take the gold. They're gonna take our gold and they're gonna be like, y'all are fools. This isn't worth nothing.
What makes gold valuable, anyways, right? Especially these days,
Why
right?
do you are you a skeptic? Do you not believe in life outside?
Not that I'm a skeptic. It's just maybe, yeah. I guess I'm a little skeptic. I don't really give a shit.
But you're a numbers type of guy. You
What do you mean?
aren't you? You're very logical when it comes to things.
Yes and no. It really depends. I'm I'm in between. I guess
Wouldn't
it
you
really depends
say
on what we're talking about.
that if you look at it on a ratio perspective,
Hmm.
with how many galaxies, planets are out there in the known universe,
Hmm.
wouldn't you say that mathematically speaking, there's
Hmm.
way more chances that there are life outside of this planet than not?
Well, according to what's his name that what's his name that astrophysicist?
Who? Neil
Yeah,
deGrasse
yeah,
Tyson?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe him. I agree with what he's saying. Having said that,
Okay,
I
you're
do
not
agree
you're not telling me what he said. You're agreeing with what?
that there's another life out there, that we're not alone. I think it was from him. I think it was from him. I'm
And
not 100% sure.
that's from an astrophysicist. Yeah, Neil deGrasse. I'm a fan of his as well. Listen to his podcast, Star Talk. Sometimes it's pretty good, but I don't know, bro. Like it's so arrogant to say and to think that we're by ourselves out here, man. Like we're not. I don't think like
But okay,
it's
let me
weird.
put a different perspective to that. Like the reason why I don't really give a shit is because it's funny. One of our friends, I remember one time, I think it was Jekyll. So there's this news or chismes that I heard from somewhere. So then I told him about it, and it's like, oh shit, okay, Nana, like thank you boy, nag-change life ko, right? If that even made any sense to you guys. But basically, so I told him I told him a news or rumor about something, and he was like, you know what? Whatever you just told me there, it didn't really change my life, so I don't give a shit. Going back to what we're talking about with aliens, I guess one of the reasons why I don't really buy into it is because you know the fact knowing that they exist doesn't really change how I function, or function my daily life, right? Um, you know what I mean? Like I just
It's thinking like that that's very dangerous for humanity. You know, like,
why is
oh,
that?
I shouldn't care about a world all not even just a world altering like information, but just an information that could change potentially a lot of things because
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't affect me directly, so I shouldn't care about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's I believe that that's a very well, first of all, there's a selfish like um tendency of people,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the reason why it even goes to like people that are like elections and stuff. Oh, like elections doesn't really like affect me in the day my day to day. Why should I care who to vote for?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you might think that, but your actions and what you do affects the overall balance of things. Because if you and you know
Yeah, I
just
agree.
go, I don't want to talk about politics, but basically what I'm saying when it comes to the aliens and why you should care about it is this could potentially change the dynamics of humanity in general.
Yeah,
And let me give you an example with that. And
and I
it
don't
might
disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. But keep going.
right, and especially with like religion and stuff. Like
Yeah.
how would religion continue to exist if we find out tomorrow that, oh wait, there are like other life outside of Earth,
Hmm.
and how how do you go by that when it comes to that mindset? A lot of people are gonna be like, well, what's how it changes so many things, and it changes like the root of a lot of civilization. You know, like religion is so big in the world,
Yeah.
and that when you say it doesn't affect you directly, it could, yeah, it might not directly affect you right now, but
Right.
it will affect you. It will definitely affect your daughter because the
It
world
will.
as
It will.
you know it will change.
And it will. And I'm not saying that it will not affect me. It's just that it doesn't affect me. Well, it doesn't affect me right now. And when it does affect me, then that's when I'm gonna have to learn how to adapt to it, adapt to change, right? But
I don't know, like
if
it's
but if
that's
there's no
very
change just yet, I don't. I just leave it as is.
That's just a boring way to look at stuff. Like it's not like, dude, I'm excited. If this is true, I don't like this isn't one of those, oh, like my life changed. Yeah, I agree with you as far as like, yeah, nothing's gonna change in my daily life as of yet. But that's
But when
big, dude. That is big.
well, COVID is big, it changed everyone's lives, right?
That is big. Yes, that is big too. I agree. But two things can be big at the same time. It's like finding out that it's our version of, I don't even think there's a version that's comparable. Maybe like finding out that we're not the center of the universe. For the longest time, people thought that the Earth is like in the center of the galaxy, whatever. And then come to
Mm-hmm.
think of it, we're not even anywhere near the center or whatever. It's like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that it's the magnitude of this information, if it's verified and if it's for real, it's bigger than that. And
Mm-hmm.
especially if we actually do make contact,
Mm-hmm.
and that's, oh man, that's
It's
that's so
mind blowing,
exciting.
right? You're gonna be
Yeah,
mind blown, right? Because even I'd be
but
like, what the fuck?
but at the same time, I think if we're gonna go to this like route to where, yeah, okay, let's just for some for this conversation's sake, okay,
Mm-hmm.
aliens exist, okay.
Okay.
I think that this isn't the first time that the like mankind has made contact with aliens, because obviously there's like the cool encounters that people like report, but
You
I
know what I
think
rem-
it goes all the way back to like the Egyptians, goes all the way back to like,
you know what you're reminding me of? I'm a big fan of this game, Assassin's Creed. Man, that was a good game. Like, and it had a good story, and it had that kind of spin to it. Talking about the Isu civilization, basically aliens, right? Like they
hmm
were the god or
I
something, because
like
they were the
I like
creators.
I like how that game fuses religion and kind of like
Science.
alien like science, yeah, because I I like that theory. I actually gravitate towards that theory that the science and religion are actually do meet they meet somewhere along like
Correct. I agree. You know who's doing a good job at that, at combining those two? Jordan
Assassin's
Peterson.
Creed, baby.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, well, Assassin's Creed. I love Assassin's Creed because they had that. Well, that's the plot of the game, right? It's the game is revolving around that fact that like the East of civilization and all that,
I'm still
that they used to be here.
I'm playing the latest one,
Which
the
one?
Odyssey. That's what I'm playing right now.
Really? I've been
Yeah.
meaning to play that, but then I'm going to take my paternity leave soon, so I'm hoping that I get to play again. I couldn't play just yet because my girlfriend and I had a bet, and I lost that bet. Part of the punishment is part of the punishment is that I'm not allowed to play, well, video games for 2 months. That's ending this month, so hopefully I get to play again. But
It's pretty good.
I played the one before that,
Origins.
um, Origins. That's pretty
Yeah,
good too.
pretty good. It gets better. Like it's an improvement to that game.
Well, I'm sure, because then you can do a lot more things, right?
And it's like the world is bigger. Oh, dude, like it's so big that I'm getting overwhelmed. Like I stopped midway, and I'm just like,
Hmm.
there's still so much to do.
Oh, really?
I'm just like, yeah, I don't know if I started playing it late last year, up until like early this year, and then I just stopped because I just whatever.
It's just like Skyrim big, where like every time you talk to a new person, there's a new mission.
Not Skyrim big. It's a lot more structured than Skyrim.
Oh, okay.
I think, yeah, I think so. Because, oh god, that game. Remember that?
Which one? Skyrim?
Skyrim.
Oh, but Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
I love Assassin's Creed, and I like how I just like how they fuse their stories. Whoever their writers are, they're
Pretty
pretty
good.
good. Like even
Yeah, pretty
even
good.
with their research,
Yeah.
how they're able to fuse, fiction and nonfiction together.
My favorite game franchise as now is still going to be Uncharted. I love Uncharted. Have you played Uncharted?
I haven't played it.
I it's so good.
Awesome.
It's like watching a movie. Is one of those kind of games.
Well, like God of War. If you're talking about like watching movie, then the game, yeah, God of War is the game for me that does that. Most
Yeah,
games are like that, anyways,
it's
right?
yeah, but
Most of the games these days.
they're the pioneer. The Uncharted series was the pioneer of that type of game. Like you're watching a movie. There's a lot of like things to do,
Cutscenes
like
and
yeah, cutscenes and all that stuff. It's Indiana Jones esque,
okay.
and I love, and Indiana Jones is my favorite like
Do,
franchise as well.
do you have to like solve puzzles and stuff like that? Is
Yeah,
it kind of like
hmm
Tomb Raider?
yeah.
Oh,
Like the new Tomb Raider, they copied it from Uncharted. That's exactly the type of game that Uncharted is.
yeah, I
But the good
haven't
thing
played
is,
it. I've been meaning to play it, but
yeah, you really should because it's more grounded, but there's a level of unnatural stuff with it. Without spoiling it, the second game it goes to like the Garden of Eden and stuff. So it's like it's got like
oh,
holy
okay.
like relic type stuff, like Indiana Jones, which is pretty good.
Yeah. The when it comes to enemies and stuff though, like do you encounter people or do you encounter monsters or beast
For
maybe?
for the most part, it's people, but then you get to that, there's a level in the game. Well, it depends on the game because there's like what four Uncharted,
Yeah. Yeah.
where there's a little bit of supernatural,
Oh, okay.
but it all goes to the story. There's a reason why you
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and I
Huh.
love it because it's got a lot of like historical connections to it. Like I said, the second
Mm-hmm.
Uncharted was the Garden of Eden. I believe the third one is no, the first one is the Fountain of Youth or whatever. Or it might have been the fourth. Yeah, it's like there's an actual like they base it on something that like a myth,
Okay.
and then they
Like
make it
Atlantis or
real.
something. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the first one was El Dorado. I remember now. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah,
Hmm.
I've seen it in commercials, but I've never had it. I guess I never
What
bothered picking it up or playing it.
what what console do you have?
I have a PS4 right now.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, like I guess I gotta get my TV fixed too, because for some reason it just stopped playing. It plays a sound, but it doesn't have a screen. The screen is not working for some reason. I gotta get that fixed too. So yeah, lots of problems for me. One of the reasons why I can't play and the time, right?
And the fact that you're
I wouldn't
34
mind.
years old.
I thought I thought we're not gonna reveal ages here,
Oh,
but
oh crap.
you just did.
should I should I
um,
should I bleep that out?
no,
I
that's
could
fine.
probably do it.
I don't really care. Um, but yeah, I do miss playing too.
It's so nice, man. It's so
Have you? What
good.
about God of War? Have you played God of War?
Yeah, I finished that like 2 years ago. So
Yeah,
good.
I love that. I love that game. I just finished it. I'm trying to.
Another one that you need to get is Red Dead Redemption 2.
You know what that reminds me of? That Red Dead Redemption. Now that you remember, I played the first one, and it was that
Hmm.
same. I'm gonna loop this back into you having an oral surgery there. I had my three of my wisdom teeth removed that time, and when I was playing this game, and obviously that's a major surgery, right? And the doctor asked me to, well, the doctor gave me some T3s. I might want to take these, before the pain starts to kick in. so I only took one, and so I was playing Red Dead Redemption, and guess what? I think that was the first time that I felt high. Maybe I was high that time because I was okay, man. I'm just running around in circles. I didn't give a fuck, but it felt okay. It felt nice. I was just staring at I was just
Did you
staring at the
finish the
screen.
game?
No, I didn't, because it's kind of like there's so many things to do too.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Um,
the second game is so much better when it comes to that too. It's like it's basically GTA, Grand Theft Auto, but it's like cowboy era.
right, stealing horses and
Mm-hmm.
you know, hunting. You're not hunting, like like if there's someone's wanted and you gotta get like there's a reward if you were to kill them or something. I
Yeah,
like games. I like games where you have to like sneak around and like Assassin's Creed, right? Those are the games that I like to play. Like Tenchu. I don't know if you remember Tenchu. I don't know why they stopped making Tenchu, but I used to love that game.
yeah, because you're probably the only fan.
Hey, no, Beho is a fan too.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's right. Who? What's
yeah,
the
I
name
like
of the main character again?
Ricky
Ricky
Maru.
Maru. Ricky
Ricky Maru.
Maru, baby.
Ricky Maru.
I
Um,
was more of a siphon filter type guy. You remember that game?
yeah, I do remember that game. We have to like, yeah, no, I remember that. That's a good game too, because you have to think,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the games
Not
these days, though, are much better. I don't know. What about Metal Gear? Have you ever played Metal Gear? Not
never.
really
I
into Metal
wasn't.
Gear?
Um,
That's good too, because then what they do is it's more on, I guess, politics. It's kind of like Assassin's Creed, but more on, um, I guess what's happening with the world today.
mm,
Talking about espionage, um, cloning people, um, stuff like that. It's a little political, but it's pretty good because there's a lot of twists to the story.
you see, I don't gravitate towards those type of games because it's too close to reality, and
And that's
I'm
what I
good with the
like
rea-
about them.
I'm
That's what
good
I
with
like about
reality.
them.
I need to escape reality. I don't need to play reality. That's why I
It
never
is a.
liked like Sims and all that stuff. Eh,
Do people still play that though? Does that game still exist?
I, I'm not sure to be honest with you.
Man, have you ever played those MMORPGs
What?
and multiplayer online RPG? It's called an MMORPG. I can't remember what MM stands for, but I think
Is it like?
one of the M stands for multiplayer or
Is it?
massive
Is it?
multiplayer online
Is it like
role-playing game.
Final Fantasy and all that stuff? Is that
I
what it
think
is?
so. It's kind of like that where you go into this world where you can like if you're a blacksmith you can sell weapons, right? And if you're an alchemist you can sell potions to other people and then they pay you for it. It's a different world, like a different digital world, if that makes sense.
I've heard of these. Yeah.
Those kind of games could get addicting. I remember playing one of those games too back then, but I stopped. I remember one of my friends, because I played this a lot, and one of my friends asked me, because I guess he caught me playing. He goes, "So what's the point of this game?" I'm like, "I don't know. You kill monsters, you earn money, find good weapons, and you talk to people."
I
And
don't. I'm.
after him asking me that question, I was like, "Fuck, this just sucks." Because you're not living in the real world. You're living in a fantasy world. That's where you make friends, you chat with them, you go on a hunt together. Oh, it's a different world. So I guess I've never
Have
played those,
you
hey?
Have you heard of the game The Last of Us?
Oh, I love that game too. I love
So
that game.
that's from the same company that makes Uncharted, Naughty Dog. So
Oh, I see.
so it's that type of game. That what you do in Assassin's Creed, Last of Us is kind of like what you do with
Yeah,
Uncharted.
that game is really good. I think they're gonna come up with a second one.
They already did. I beat it like 2 weeks ago. That's good.
Oh, no
Yo, it's
way.
good. It's good, dude. You
Well,
wait.
the
You
daughter
need
though, the daughter turned into oh, I saw the preview. It's not really his
hmm
daughter, but the girl in the game, right? The
hmm
kid.
Yeah, Ellie.
Yeah, Ellie. Yeah, I really
Well,
I love the first one because that one's a little realistic,
you're gonna
right?
yeah, you're gonna love the second one. I mean, it doesn't make you feel good because it's so gritty and it's just so like
Uh,
that's the
like
type
the
of crap that
blood and
not just the blood, but just like what's happened with the world. And if even if you take out like the infected, when you just think about like what happened with the world, it's just
oh
like
how people are, right?
how people are. It's
Yeah,
like Walking Dead ish.
yeah, yeah. That's the kind of vibe that I
Yeah,
noticed when I saw the preview. Because everyone's trying to survive and everyone's scavenging and everyone has their own
exactly.
like community and
There's not really like a uniting government. There's no structure. There's like
Mhm.
little things here and there. So it's like the Wild Wild West, but with aliens, basically. I mean, I keep saying aliens.
Aliens. It's not
Why why
aliens,
why are
right?
aliens in my head? It's probably because
It's more
they're
like
real.
zombies, right?
Yeah, infected.
Yeah, yeah, infected. That's possible too, right?
I
That's the
mean,
kind of shit that could happen to the
you
world
know,
if there's no leader.
not on yeah, but talking about with the infected part, you never
Uh-huh.
know. This one of these vaccines might be that. They're trying to rush making a vaccine for the coronavirus.
Yeah.
You never know, something might happen.
Well, it's a
In
race, right? That's why we don't
in
know.
their quest in their quest to getting to save the world from this, something might happen. Like they might have a little tweak,
Hmm.
and then whoever gets the virus first, I mean the vaccine first, turns into a version of
Hmm.
that.
That'll be a an interesting world. I kind of want to loop this back to like video games these days. They're just I don't know. I like how it's the writers that I guess that I admire.
Yeah,
It's
it's
how they're
it's not
blending the
it's
stories.
yeah, it's not just a simple game anymore. It makes you think. It's so immersive.
Exactly.
It's so immersive.
Exactly. Like with Assassin's Creed, there's really no bad like the Templars and Assassins.
Hmm
Um, you know, you have sorry, I got distracted. I just got a text there. Like the Templars, they're about like the one. I guess their mission is to have one leader that would dictate to everyone what is good or what is bad.
Right.
Assassins, on the other hand, they're more of like I guess one of them is tyranny and one is a democratic type of government. Assassins are more about like we should vote for a leader as opposed to there's only one leader who will dictate every kind of like I'm not explaining myself here, but I guess the difference between the two is there's only one, like with the Templars, there's only one group of people who will dictate everything that needs to be done in whatever and like in the world. But with the Assassins, it's more the power is more distributed. It's
I'm
not
not.
only
I'm
sitting
not.
with one group.
I'm not really interested in that part of that game. It's more. I like the supernatural stuff of it, and I like
Oh,
how
like
it goes back. I like the technology, how the animus, and how
mm-hmm.
how you're able to go back and go through your ancestors like memories. That's pretty cool. I like
Yeah.
that part of the story. The Templars, whatever. And I don't. I
I
like
like
the
I find those interesting sometimes. Like is it makes me think. Um, um, oh, one thing that I want to ask you: have you ever played their multiplayer game? I was hoping they would bring that one back. Assassin's
um
Creed.
yeah, back on
I'm not.
the Ezio
You were right. That the Ezio version, not
the
that
Ezio version.
Arno, not the Arno version.
See, I didn't like any after Ezio. I kind of just fell off of Assassin's Creed. I didn't get back to it until Black Flag. Is it Black Flag? Was that the one with the pirates?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like from Ezio, like I didn't like any of the Assassin's Creed up until Black Flag,
You,
and then I
hold
skipped
on, you did,
again.
but
Huh?
before Black Flag, the third one, Assassin's Creed 3, you didn't like that one? Man, I learned so much more in American history in that game
Was that
from playing that game.
was that Connor?
Yeah, Connor is the third one.
I, I played Connor too. No, no, no.
Okay.
It's when they went to like the Revolution and all that stuff. Not
Yeah.
American Revolution, but like the French Revolution and all that.
Oh,
Uh, like
well, the,
Unity.
well, yeah,
I don't.
Unity, yeah, because Unity
Yeah,
happened right when it's happening the same time as Connor's story there.
yeah, because like his dad is like one of the Templars or something like that, right?
Right,
I forget
right.
what.
And and
Where's
and
the
and Arnold, it again, the writers. So I played that game. I don't. Did you play it, by the way,
No,
or
I just
no?
looked it up. I looked up on YouTube like the storylines. That's all I did.
It's more in romance. It's kind of like Romeo and Juliet, because the girl that he is, the woman that he's involved with, is a Templar and he's an assassin,
You know
and
how
they're trying to work
nerdy.
together.
You know how nerdy this conversation is, by the
I don't care. Fuck.
way.
I haven't played a video game in a while, and
It's good to talk about it though.
right. No, because it
Yeah.
reminds me of that time when, I think it was well, second year high school, which was, what's that? What's the equivalent of that in a K9 system?
Eighth
Um,
grade.
eighth grade, yeah. Like, like how we would go to, I can't remember her name, Michelle's place there.
Hmm. Wait, just going back to the Assassin's Creed. So like
Hmm.
the Arno storyline, I didn't care for it. I Bayek got me back. Well, Black Flag did, and then I stopped again, and then Origins. I was like, man, I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back with this.
Oh, like, because
Yeah.
you're using your ego to um do the scope. Like, instead of
Yeah.
having an eagle vision from your character, you would use your eagle.
I mean, that's not the reason why I'm back, but yeah, it's a good.
No, but well, that's one of those features that I'm like,
It's a
huh,
good look.
that's
Yeah,
interesting.
it's a good little bonus. But it's just
Um,
like it's so good. Like, like you know that how they created Egypt and all that.
yeah,
It's so good. It's so good.
yeah, you can just roam around. Like, it's well researched, right? That's what I like
Yeah.
about that game. I still have it, and I've been meaning to, just do a city tour, right?
Hmm.
Um, but well, again, when do you get the time though? As soon as you beat the game, you're like, yeah, I kind of want to move on to the next one.
Cause another thing when stepping back with video games in general, like it's such a waste of time, because you
It
don't
is.
really
It is.
you don't
It
yeah
is.
you don't really gain anything. You waste time playing video games.
Well, it's
You
kind of
know,
like watching a movie. Like, it takes you away from reality for a bit.
right?
Um,
That's why it shouldn't be a major part of your day. It should be just like an accessory.
but
Because if
sometimes
you
it gets addicting though, because then, how, like, I
oh
kind
yeah
of want to find out more what happened,
oh
or when
yeah
you get
oh
it
yeah
when you gain a new skill, you're like, fuck, I want to try this one. I want to try this one, and
oh, that's the good thing about Odyssey is you can, how like you attribute like points to like the
hmm.
different set of skills. You can actually reset it
Oh,
if you don't like what's going on with your character. Just reset it, and you can redistribute your skill points.
oh,
So if you yeah, so if you want
interesting.
to be like if you want to be a
I wonder why
pure
they did
like
that though.
dude, it's people have been asking for that for years.
No, to allow you to reset.
It's good and bad because yeah, you're right. Like there's no consequence because you made a
Right.
choice. You should be able to stick with it. I
Yeah, and
agree.
adapt to. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. But at the same time, heck yeah, like there's certain enemies, certain like forts where you need
Hmm.
to be more physical. So you choose you pad your
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
warrior attributes, but sometimes you need to be more of a huntress or hunter.
Yeah. And that's the kind of, like, that's what I like about those games, right? Like, um, my character in Skyrim is more the sneaky
Khajiit.
type.
Khajiit,
Khajiit.
right?
That's right.
You see,
Khajiit.
I think our personality has always been that because I'm the
You
red.
just reminds me of Diablo.
Yeah, the barbarian. I'm always the barbarian, and you're like the what?
Well,
What
I don't know. Like I was the druid because no one
you were the
else.
Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but going back to Skyrim, I was the I keep forgetting the is it Red Hand, Red
Yeah.
Guard?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like the weapons person. I love like doing that. I love like melee,
I
whatever.
mean, yeah. Yeah. Like I don't like. Yeah. I don't like direct attack. I like to sneak around and take my time.
If we were in medieval Japan, I would have been a samurai, and you would have been in
A ninja.
ninjutsu.
The Speaking of ninjutsu, you know Naruto. I I like that anime too. I don't know if you even watch anime.
Yeah, it's one of
Not really into it.
it's like the Metal Gear thing. Like I just didn't get into it.
No. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah,
Um, I don't
Avatar.
know.
Like I like Avatar.
Right. The problem that I have right now though is, the time, like when you play video games, sometimes I don't know, I feel this guilt too after playing. And I'm like, fuck, I just wasted an hour of my time again. I could have used that to, better myself. Um, so I
But
guess there's that balance.
at the same
There's that
time,
balance.
like yeah, you gotta be able to enjoy your life. If you just spend your whole life just trying to better yourself, then what's the point? If you didn't
But
enjoy it,
but how are you gonna enjoy yourself though when you keep feeling bad about it? You know what I mean?
that's on you. You shouldn't be feeling bad.
Right? So I don't
Here's
know.
what I do. Here's what I do. And I've been trying to incorporate this because I copied this from you.
Mm-hmm.
I've been waking up early. I work out in the mornings. I get all my stuff done in the mornings. So after work, when I
Mm-hmm.
come home,
Yeah.
it's basically free time.
Wait till you have a kid though. That changes things.
Well, that's why I don't have a kid right now.
Not yet, right? Not
Yeah,
yet.
not yeah, yeah. Of course, like I'm not planning
Right.
on not having kids. No, I'm gonna have like four. That's four, 3 to 4. That's my around that range.
That's a lot. But yeah, you're right. Like back then, that's what I used to do too. Even I still do that. Like I wake up really early in the morning so I could do all the stuff that I need to do so that,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, and one of the reasons why I do that too is because I am more functional in the morning. Like I can focus more in the morning because I'm not distracted.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, all that focus is pretty much gone. So if it's gone,
Mhm.
then I can't really do any serious work. What we're
Yeah.
doing
Trust
right
me.
now, it's not like I have to,
It's
you know, this is
it's the
just us
perfect
chatting
yeah, it's the perfect time to enjoy pleasure and all
and
that.
wind down, really, talk
Yeah,
about
wind
video
down.
games
Yeah. See, we started this podcast and it's like a lot of serious subject, and we ended up nerding out. See,
on video games.
video games, baby. That's what Balikbayan Box is full of things.
You don't expect.
I feel like every episode we should talk about something about the motherland.
I think so too. It just makes sense, right? Because we're talking about
Yeah,
Balikbayan. But we talked
yeah.
about how we used to play video games back then. I remember when I was
No,
just
that's too. We need something bigger.
like, what? Like
I don't know.
something about the Philippines,
Yeah, like
something about
we
Kamiling.
yeah we should tackle like a current like a Filipino current event every episode. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine too. But when you say current, well, yeah, current event. Speaking of current event, I guess you're probably aware of ABS-CBN, right?
Do I know that the channel, the biggest channel in the Philippines? Of course,
Right.
I'm aware of it. What
So what are your
what about
what are your thoughts on it?
what I no no I actually don't know. I'm just saying I know of the ABS-CBN. Like
You
I'm
know of
aware of the channel.
ABS-CBN, but
I
did you
know the
know that
channel.
they I I guess they haven't been paying taxes that they're pretty much shut down. by the
Oh,
government.
like the close down. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard something about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Talk me through it. Like, what's going on?
I don't know the full story either, but it just sucks, right? Like you grew up with this channel, and then now it's gone. I'm not saying that it's
Yeah,
a wrong thing, but
it's
hey, if
like,
you don't pay your taxes,
but you see, I don't. It's weird. I don't know what's going on in the motherland. That's why. Like, how does that work? How do you just not pay taxes though? How do you not get caught if you're like a big company, a big visible company like that?
well, because you're big and you have your own connections and people, maybe you pay people or people you do favors for other people, right?
I
Maybe.
guess.
Well, that's why corruption exists, right? In that country, it still does, I think. I don't
Everywhere's
know much
corrupt.
about much about it either, but it just sucks, right?
It's a yeah, because it's a piece of history. It's a piece of something that we
Mhm.
grew up.
Mhm.
I've always been a GMA guy anyway, so it's always been a Channel 7 person. Channel 2 is just
Really?
no, I don't care. It's whatever.
Yeah, I know GMA used to watch anime there.
GMA was the one who had anime shows like at 7 p.m., right? Yeah,
Right.
so that's
Right at dinner time.
yeah, that was such a smart move
Mhm.
because it used
I
to be
hate it
like
though.
you hated it.
You know why?
Why?
Because at home, we have a TV right in front of the dining table, right? So
Hmm.
now, my parents and my grandma, well, my mom and my grandma, would want to watch their teleserye,
Ah,
their drama shows. Same time as when those anime shows are on too, right? Right at 7.
yeah.
So you know what happens? So every time there's a commercial break, that's when you flip onto the other channel, and it's just annoying
Oh,
sometimes because the commercials they're just too freaking long.
I think I had the same situation, but one of our neighbors, that's where we used to watch it
Oh really?
because that's where that was the thing. We had a go-to spot. Oh man, those were good times, bro. Like I love that. That when I look back at that, like it makes me really happy. Just watching Ghost Spider, Flame of Recca. Um,
uh
what's that perverted one? There was a perverted one that a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, I
are you
like
talking
it."
about Tamahome?
Yeah,
It's
what
Fushigi, I think it's Fushigi Yugi or
whatever that
something.
is.
I
Yeah,
don't know, I didn't really get into it. I was like, fuck.
I just remember that people, like young boys are all like, what's the name? Do you remember the name I think Tamahome is like the dude,
The
right?
dude, that's the dude.
Yeah, what's the
I
name of the
think it's
girl?
Miyaka.
You remember the names, bro?
I do remember the names because people talk about it.
I talk about it. I don't remember their names. Uh-huh.
You know what they do too sometimes, like on a commercial, like they would um wherever the video editor is, like they would create a commercial to show uh what's what's coming up in the next episode or something,
Hmm.
and they would how am I
Man, not gonna lie. Finish your thought. I'll tell.
right,
I'll
but
tell you.
you know what I mean, like they would show commercials, like how like they're together, they would put a love song right in the background and all, and they
Hmm.
do that um once in a while, and that sticks to you, right? And
Mm.
that's how it stuck to me because I remember them just screaming their names out like Tamahome, Miyaka. Like, this is just so fucking cheesy, man. It's not, how can you not forget? Like
Uh,
when you hate something too, you remember. Like that song Dayang Dayang?
no,
Dayang Dayang. Dayang dan 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 dan.
don't
You don't know
remember the
that
song.
song? Fuck, that song
Mm-mm.
is so fucking annoying. But I do remember it because it's annoying.
Wait,
It's
let's
weird how
not
that
go.
works.
Let's go back. Let's not get away from the anime thing.
Okay.
I was just gonna say that Miyaka is such a hot name. Just thinking
Really?
about it. Yeah, man, Miyaka. Like just sounds like a very attractive. Maybe it's because of my memory of that show. Like whenever I think about Miyaka, I
Miyaka
never
sounds
think
like a
about
doll, manika,
Miyaka,
right? In Filipino.
Miyaka.
Yeah, I didn't really get into that show, and it shows later in the evening too, I think.
Yeah, I don't know, but you don't know the story, but I used to have a dream about them anime characters. Um, what's that
Mm-hmm.
name? The main girl from Flame of Recca. I don't remember her name anymore. But remember, Recca used to always call her like Princessa. You're my princess. I'm your ninja.
Um,
Remember
yeah,
that?
yeah. I know, I
So
know what. Oh,
you remember?
I think is it Aya or something or Akira?
No, Ira is one of the side. She's one of the side hoes. No, she's not the main. She's
She's
not the
not the.
princess.
She's not the.
I think I think her name is just Anna, like just
Okay.
regular name. But
Anyway.
anyways, I had a dream about her, and basically like I was Rekka, and she was like I was protecting her and stuff. And I had a crush. I had a crush on her.
No, no, no. I
I had a
wonder
crush on her.
how the hell did that dream turn out? Because we're talking about cartoon characters, and you're in real life. Were you
Yeah, you're
cartoonized in your
right.
dream?
I don't know. I don't
It,
remember.
it,
Like let me try to remember my memory. No, I think it's like separate. I'm real and she's like cartoon. like 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 Space Jam.
Space Jam.
Yeah. I think it's like that.
Space Jam.
Yeah, but
That's just messed up.
isn't that weird because like because of that dream, I've always had a crush on her.
Really. That
Yeah,
just
like
now. If you hear yourself saying this, it just sounds messed up, right?
yeah, it's like what the heck? It's weird, but that was from like a 13-year-old boy.
Right. Like you probably find her like prettier than like a real person too.
Yeah, it had probably had something. Like a lot of people are like attracted to like cartoon characters. You know that, right? Like
I
there's
guess so. I guess I have to like.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's your anime crush? Is it Ira? I bet you it's Ira, isn't it?
No, it's not Ira.
Who is it?
Fuck, I don't. Man, I don't know. Not even
Is it
Sailor.
is it Fujiko? You remember Fujiko
I don't know Fujiko. Who's Fujiko? No, I
from
don't remember
Lupin?
her.
From Lupin. Lupin the
Lupin the
Third.
Third.
Yeah,
No,
Fujiko.
I don't
Girl,
remember her.
Fujiko was a dime piece, baby. Man,
Well, I guess it depends on how they're drawn to me. Like if they're drawn like Lupin, I don't really like. I'm not a fan of that kind of um. I like the way they draw these characters, right? Like if it's
who
like Dragon Ball, like Bulma, or because I find it pretty like Android
Chichi?
18, Chi Chi,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Now, what about who's Eugene's girl? What's her girl's name now? Is it Jenny?
yeah. I think it's
What?
Jenny. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What about Jenny? You like
It's
Jenny?
funny. Like we call it Jenny, but they should like I don't know what the Japanese name for her, but
I mean, Yusuke is Eugene.
okay.
I don't,
Anyways, it's funny how like who gave them those names, by the way. I don't know.
GMA
Um,
probably.
you know how it's Filipino dub, right?
hmm
It's
You
interesting.
remember the
I
main
don't remember.
core?
Yeah, I
Eugene,
remember. Yeah,
Alfred,
Vincent, and then you have Dennis.
Dennis.
Yeah,
But yeah, who was your girl crush? I really mine was I think her name's Anna. Let me look at that up.
Flame of Reka.
Yeah. Can you look it up? Do you have a computer in hand?
Yeah, I can look it
Yeah,
up.
just do like Flame of Wreck character. That's my girl.
Is it Anna? No, it's not
I think
Anna. Flame.
just say
Um,
characters.
Man, they're all Japanese.
Can you do just put like dub or like English version or something like that? Like
Hold
Flame
on.
Rebecca English characters.
Well, she's probably. Let me share. Well, no, share screen. Um, just a sec here. Let me know if you can see my screen. No, not yet. It's this girl here, right?
Zoom in a
Yanagi.
little bit. Yeah, I think it's her name's Anna Yanagi. I remember.
Yanagi Isaku.
Yeah, that's definitely not her name in the.
Is this her?
That's my girl, bro. That's my girl.
I don't even remember this character.
Oh, look up Miyaka. I want to see her name. What she looks like.
Miyaka is.
Look
Oh,
at Ira.
Miyaka.
Where's
This is
Ira?
Ira, right?
Ira's a dime piece too. Yeah, because I
Oh,
remember like Phoebe, your girlfriend. She copied her hairstyle.
I have no
And
idea what you're talking
yeah,
about. Maybe I
uh-huh.
don't know.
And people were like, "Oh yeah, she has the Ira hair." That might have been
I don't
Jacob
know.
who was saying that.
That might have been Jeko, not me, man.
No, no.
Um,
Yeah, look at Miyaka.
uh,
Was it Fushigi Yugo, whatever?
Yugi. Oh, it's this girl. That girl, right? That's her.
Is that Miyaka?
Yeah, that has to be her.
There's another one. I
It
think her
can't
name is
it, it
Julie
can't be
or something.
it can't be this guy here.
I think it's
This
Julie,
girl?
the blonde. Yeah, she's the Julie.
Oh,
I don't know.
there it is. Miyaka, right?
Yeah, that's just a pretty name, Miyaka.
Fan art. Yeah, I wasn't really into. Oh, that's her. Right there. That girl there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't really into Fushigi Yugi.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't into it. Do you remember
Oh,
the? Do you remember the
where are
Ghost
there?
Fighter? The Ghost Fighter theme song?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Is that? Da, 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 da,
Mm-hmm.
da, 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 da.
Yeah, no, yeah, I remember.
So iconic. Tomoshigaro, na 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 na.
Well, if you listen to it every day, right? Like, obviously, it'll stick to you.
Do you remember one of the upperclassmen when she was trying to get our vote for one of the class election, whatever BS?
Mm-hmm.
She went to our class. This was in our junior year. She went to the class and she actually wrote down the lyrics of this song on our blackboard. That's how she was able to. That was her like little
To get your vote?
tactic. Yeah. Do you remember that? I think it might have been my
I don't
girl,
know her name.
Madarang, Joanne. No, it wasn't Joanne. Joanna. It was someone else. And it was one of the senior girls. And then she got us to sing it. So we were singing it. I remember that.
You guys were
It was so
singing
weird.
singing along with her.
Uh-huh. Nat, 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 nat. Mm, it was so
Like
good.
I know Dragon Ball. I remember Dragon Ball too.
I don't remember
Um,
the
oh
like
no, sort of remember Dragon Ball.
and I just rewatched Hunter x Hunter like this
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
So that's pretty fresh in my head. That's so
Okay, you know what happened after okay, what was the last um did you watch it till the end?
yeah, after Greed Island.
Yeah, what happened after Greed Island? I don't even know what happened after that.
There,
Yeah.
I think that was the end.
No, it
Greed
isn't.
Island, Greed Island. Well, at least on
No, it isn't.
Netflix. At least on
Well, on
Netflix, that was the
Netflix,
last one.
because
I,
I don't know if you've ever had it, if you've had a chance to uh, read the manga version. It's
no,
totally different.
but I've seen it. Yeah, it's. I think it drops off after the spider storyline. That was the best. The spider
Yeah,
storyline was the best with the Nan and Ran and all that.
yeah, yeah.
Because Greed Island was just okay. Like I wasn't into it that much.
But you see, like they all follow the same structure, right? Like even with Dragon Ball back then, like there's a competition. Even
Yeah,
with Naruto, there's a competition, right?
it's always like a tournament and blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
and it's amazing how like each character, because you like each character represents a person, and whoever you resonate with, that's who you go with, right?
Yeah, even
You know,
like Hunter x Hunter and Ghost Spider have the same kind of template as far as like the four main characters.
yeah,
Wouldn't you agree? Like
yeah,
Gon and Eugene are the same. Leorio and Alfred, same exact person. And you got Kurapika and Dennis, who's like the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
androgynous. You don't know if they're a female or a male. Yeah, and then Vincent is Killua.
yeah, yeah,
Same exact like template.
and it all works.
Hey, I love it.
Yeah,
That's for
I
sure.
know. It's just like it's interesting to
Yeah,
to see that pattern.
right.
Like even with Dragon Ball too, I'm thinking, well, but Dragon Ball, they're not. There's a lot of them actually.
Yeah, no,
Um,
Dragon Ball is a whole different thing, though.
yeah,
I mean, it's one of the classics for a reason.
and I think it's still on. I think they're still making
Well, they have a
animes
new
or movies.
yeah, they have a new version of the Dragon Ball. I didn't watch it. Z is the one that I like. That's about it.
Yeah, it's gotten to a point where like okay, like um, any of them can, I guess, destroy a planet with a flick of a finger.
Yeah,
It's gotten it's gotten
it's
to that point where
it's too much. It's too much. Yeah, and
uh,
that's why I'm not into like the I guess the newest
mhm.
anime that I liked was Avatar. After that, I haven't really liked
You're
anything.
talking about like Avatar, the bald avatar that transforms water to ice or something.
Oh my god.
Is it the guy, like bald dude with the arrow on his
Yes.
head?
Yes.
I've never.
He's
Is it that
he
good?
doesn't
I don't know.
he doesn't just transform. He he an avatar means he can manipulate all four elements because
Mm,
all the tribes are just divided into four. If you're an earthbender, you can just
hmm.
manipulate earth. You can't do the other elements.
But he's a legend.
Yeah, there's only one avatar and one lifeline, like one timeline, and it jumps from different the different elements.
Hmm.
You know, like one lifeline, he could lifetime it could be from the Fire Nation, and
Where
then
is
he
he
could be
from?
from the uh that avatar is from the air.
Water? Oh,
Air.
air.
Mhm.
Oh, that's why it's called the Last Airbender.
Yeah, because the premise of the story is the Fire Nation started a war with the other groups, and the Fire Nation wiped out all the airbenders, all the air nomads. So he's the
Oh,
last one. Yeah,
and
I
the
think
theme of the story is he's trying to beat the Fire Nation, right, and avenge his family.
no, not at all. He's
No,
trying
no,
to
no.
yeah, he's trying to restore balance and restore peace
Mm.
by
So
beating the Fire Nation. Yeah,
did he?
I think you're gonna like it. To be honest with you, to be honest, like I think you're gonna like it more than I like it.
Well,
It's just three
this is the.
seasons.
How does it sound? It sounds deep though. Like that's the
It
story.
is. It gets really deep.
Well,
Like
that's
it gets really deep.
you know what I like right now. I'm watching Fairy Tale. Um, You probably have never heard of it, but I
Is
like
that
it
like
because it makes me fucking laugh.
Fairy Tale is like the mouse from Russia, right? Five-O? No, that's
No.
American Tail.
No, no, it's called fairy tale. Like it's spelled as
Uh,
the tail is the tail of a fairy.
I've lost interest already, but okay.
Well, that's what I thought too at first. So I gave it a shot. First episode, and I
You
don't know. It
you
cracked me up. I
you
I liked
you really
watching. I
need
enjoyed it.
to watch Avatar. Like you really need to. I think you will love it.
It's more like a draft. Well, yeah, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, it's 3 seasons and it's like one like 20 minutes
Is
each
this on
episode.
Netflix?
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes each episode. Because it's not it's deep, but it's funny. It's like for kids, so it it's presented as that.
Well, fairy tale. I think I think it is for kids. But now that I'm watching it as an adult, it's not really for kids. It's like it's for adults, right?
Same thing with Avatar. Yeah, it's like that. It's like
Um,
there's like
oh,
two audiences.
yeah, yeah, and I like how they're pretty. Again, the writer pretty creative at how they're meeting two different audiences, right? At the same
Right,
time.
right. It's such a smart writing. That's what it is.
Yeah. No, like yeah, Fairy Tale is I finished the first season. I want to watch the second season. I've been meaning to watch it, but just never had a chance. But I
Mm,
like it because again, like the jokes that are in the that are in each episode, I find them very entertaining. But for now, I'm gonna check Avatar.
yeah, try
It
it.
just looks to me like obviously I've only seen previews, right? I'm judging the book by its cover. Um, and I've seen the movie. That movie
Oh
was pretty
God,
dark.
God,
M
like
Night Shyamalan's version.
yeah, don't judge it off of that. Don't judge
Yeah,
it off of that.
that's
That's like a very poor representation of the movie. I mean the actual show.
really like. Is it
Yeah,
lighter then?
yeah, it's very light. It's that's the one thing that he didn't like get at all. He
Mm,
didn't get the lightness of it. Like it's important and it's very the themes are very like awesome, but it's light.
mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I think we'll end it at that
I guess
for
so.
this week's episode. Um, tell the people where they can find you.
You guys can find me on Instagram, Reyes. No, I just go to my website, reyesrjt.com. You'll That's where you'll find me. I don't
That's
really
where they
have
find you.
any. Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you can find me on Instagram, Ralphie Bones, RALPHIEBONES _ and yeah, that's about it.
Well, if you guys find this interesting, give us a like or
Yes,
subscribe maybe,
please.
or better yet, send us a message and give us some feedback because feedback is important. I know a
Yes.
lot of times we're just rambling here, but that's really the point of the show.
Mhm. That's all
But
we
we
do.
would love to hear from you guys. All right, I guess we'll end it at
Ciao,
that then.
baby. Ciao, baby.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao.